Hey guys, Gameboy3800 here once again back in Beam. Today we're going over a brand new beta for CRD version 3.1. If you've been following the Beam Monsters YouTube channel, you will know about NEA and Doomsday, and you will also know that CRD 3.075 is out right now, and that we're already moving out to 3.1. Gonna drive blown money here for just a second, and use it for the duration of the testing until I show Doomsday and NEA. So Blown Money, a really cool truck. This is the official wrap for it, if I'm not mistaken. So super cool to see teams reaching out to us, or us reaching out to them, and them allowing it to be in-game in its fullest quality and as accurate as possible. Cool stuff. As well, the tailgate is just cool. I wish it was for Gunslinger, not Slinger, but I guess it's, is it a Macho Champion truck? Whatever. That's Blown Money. Let's start taking a look at some fixed or changed things. The first thing we're going to do is go into the tuning menu. Go down to the suspension. The rear damping for bump damping and fast bump damping has been fixed. It is no longer maxed out at only 5,000. It can go up to 25,000 just as the front can. For whatever reason, an experimental old file or something was just left in with 3.05 and 3.075, and that gave rear suspension values that had damping at only 20% what they should be. So now the truck should be able to land more predictably instead of having the back cradle just bottom out super easy, because that was an issue. And I noticed it. Why was I driving so terribly? It wasn't me, it was the suspension file. So that's been fixed. It only applied to the stock nitrogens on CRD 1. So if you were on CRD 3 or used any other suspensions, this issue was not present, as far as I could tell. Next thing we're going to take a look at is the supercharger sounds. They're not changed, but they have been lowered with their default values and their step thing here. Instead of being like 0.00001, it's now 0.01. So a little bit easier to get the volume level you're looking for. And the whine pitch has been lowered from 0.5 to 0.4, right? Yeah, from 0.5 to 0.4, and whine volume from 0.03 to 0.02. So it's quieter, less annoying. If you do replay mode stuff, this should be less annoying now. Next up, notice the horsepower in the top right. All Merlin motors now have this value for their torque and horsepower at the stock RPM. This is to make them, one, more realistic, and two, give like an actual difference between the two motors. So if we go to the Ford Performance motor, this will have the old power curve, but what I've done for this beta is I made it so that it's a tiny bit heavier and a tiny bit less efficient. Which won't change like its power output, but it will give it as a very slightly different feel, just to put an actual difference between the two engines in game. Because you can put nitrous on this motor, so it would make sense that it's a little bit more heavier built to be able to handle the extra power. Next up, what are down sweep headers on the Ford engine? There are down sweep shorties from Bobcat Pack, I think, so I'll just use those. That's fine. Because we have new sounds. We go here, we have down sweep sounds and down sweep sounds V2. Thanks to 120 Kings for getting these in game. I did some further tuning myself. It should just sound a little bit smoother than the stock down sweep sounds, and that adds another option. Bonk. I will put it back to the Merlin engine. And these sounds, we'll put them to, how about good old-fashioned Macho Champion sounds. And now we can go to the body on CRD 1 and take a look. We will find ourselves a cool thing. Here it is, the 2014 custom helmet body. With the blacked out rims. We do have a thing going on with the hood shaving where it's not complete yet, but the body itself is done. So here's Doomsday. It's supposed to be running Ukraine's, I think. And are those lights? Do those lights work? Rip hood. The lights are like inverted. They turn off when you turn on the engine. That's weird. Hank has said that he's still learning lights, so that'll probably be fixed before release. Yep, Doomsday. Pretty cool truck. I think this has been, like, almost done since, like, CRD 2.9, but I guess because of the lights, it just hasn't come out yet. That's my guess anyways. And then, likewise, there's NEA. Go to the NEA hood and the shield for NEA. And, of course, the body shell design for NEA. And with dynamic reflections on, this looks really cool. Unfortunately, the hood on this is even more incomplete, so it's even more shaky. Yeah, this does look really good. Despite the hood's shakiness, this one's staying on better than the Doomsday hood. Give it up for NEA. Bunk. I'm just gonna double check, make sure I'm not forgetting anything stupid. Nope, not too much. Let's go to the transmission. I have added a test option for beta testers on the Merlin engine. This has a different size torque converter with a little bit more aggressive settings, just to make it a little bit better to put down its power. This will make even lower horsepower setups feel faster. Maybe it's too fast. Admittedly, it might be too fast, but I just wanted to trial it. This may not come out, or if it does, it'll be maybe in one of my own packs as like a race transmission. That's probably a good idea. I'll probably do that. Keep in mind, this transmission does not add horsepower. All it does is make it so that the horsepower you do have is transmitted to the ground a little bit more efficiently. Because before, the coupling AV ratio is actually overdriven. Now it's not. So the converter size is 10% larger. So that means you can have a little bit better use of your rev range instead of just maxing out at 6,500 RPM immediately. It should start to like put down its power at around 5,500 instead of 6,500. Then there's the stall ratio, which is a little bit more aggressive, just to help keep the engine in the power band. Stiffness is a little bit upped as well, from 10 to 15. I don't know what that really does for a monster truck like this. I think that's more for drag racers, but regardless, it's a little bit stiffer. Maybe it helps keeps it locked for a little bit longer. But yeah, even if we do like a low horsepower setup here, so if I reduce the supercharger and maybe even the RPMs down, it might not feel too different from the stock numbers. 1,200 horsepower. But we still get up and go. Anyways, that's it for all the beta content in this video. I'll go ahead and plug my own community event. I'll post it in the card or end screen here. If you want to win an exclusive cool engine for the top 10 placements, you can feel free to enter that. Thanks, Gameboy out. I'll see you all in the future.